Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing two-step equations with geometric concepts. This is day 2, so we learned this yesterday, and we're going to learn it today as well. So we're going to start off with our notes. So it says something angles are two angles that sum to 180. So this would be supplementary angles are two angles that sum to 180 degrees. These two angles form a straight line. S in supplementary is like the S in straight. So that's how I kind of remember it. So when you see the word supplementary, you know that's the straight line. That's 180 degrees. So we know it equals 180 degrees. That's a given. It's always going to be that way. So in our first example, we have 140 degrees and 40 degrees. So angle A would be 140 degrees. Angle B will be 40. So that gives us a total of 180 degrees. Next, we have blank angles are two angles that sum to 90 degrees. In this case, this would be complementary angles are two angles that sum to 90 degrees. These two angles form a right angle. It is always the right thing to do to give someone a compliment. So that's how I remember this one. So complementary is like compliment. It's always right to give someone a compliment. So that's kind of how I remember it. It's a little silly, but it helps. So it's always going to equal 90 degrees. Our angle A is like 48. Our angle B would be 42. So 48 plus 42, that gives me 90 degrees. And then lastly, we have our vertical angles. These are the angles, oops, spelled that wrong. Vertical angles are two opposite angles formed by intersecting lines. These angles are always congruent. They're always the same. So here we have 45 for A, and this is angle B, which is also 45. You see how they're the same? That means they are congruent. Here we have 35 and 35. Again, they're the same. They are congruent. Let's move on to some example problems. So example 1, write and solve an equation to find the measure of x and the value of each equation. So the two angles are blank angles because the two angles form a blank angle. So again, remember when we look back at our different types of angles, I said a straight line means supplementary. The S in straight tells me it's going to be supplementary. So the two angles are supplementary angles because the two angles form a straight line. So here you see my straight line. So my equation would be 25 for this plus 2x plus 3. Which equals 180 degrees, because remember, it's always going to equal 180. Well, if I add this together, I'm going to combine like terms. I'm going to combine my 25 and my 3. 25 plus 3, that would give me 28 plus 2x equals 180 degrees. I need to isolate my 2x, so I need to do the opposite of plus 28 by subtracting 28 on both sides. This tells me 2x equals, we need to subtract, borrow from this 8, that becomes 7, this becomes 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, 7 minus 2, 7 is 5, and now my 1. So if I divide both sides by 2, x would be 76, so x equals 76. The angle ACD, so this would be this, this, and this, so it would be this portion of it, the angle here. If I added that, so 2x plus 3, that would give me 2 times 76 plus 3. Well, 76 times 2, 6 times 2 is 12, carry the 1. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 152. So 152 plus 3 would give me 155. So angle ACD, or 2x plus 3, is 155. Well, let's check. Angle ACD, we said, is 155, plus BCA, so this is the yellow portion I highlighted. Let's use green for the other one. This portion right here would be BCA, which we said was 76, or was, BC, yeah, we said was 25. This would give me a total of 180 degrees, so we are correct. Example 2. We're writing and solving an equation to find the measure of x and the value of each angle. So the two angles are blank angles because the two angles form a blank type of angle. So in this example, I'm looking at this problem here. I have a 90-degree angle. Remember, when I have a right angle or a 90-degree angle, this tells me it's a complementary. Remember, it's always right to give someone a compliment. Complementary. So when you see a right angle, you know it's a complementary angle. So the two angles are complementary angles because the two angles form a right angle. So we have 4x plus 30 equals 90 degrees is always for our complementary. If I isolate my 4x, I subtract 30 from both sides. This gives me 4x equals 60. If I divide both sides by 4, I get x equals 15. So x equals 15. ABC, so I'm looking at angle ABC. So this is this angle here. That is 4x, so 4 times 15, that would give us 60. Then we're looking at ABC, so this we said is 60 here. And then CBD, we'll put that in yellow. CBD would be this value here, which is 30. So 60 plus 30 is 90. Yes, we are correct. And our last example, we're going to write and solve an equation to find the measure of x and the value of each angle. It says two angles are blank angles because the two angles are blank and angles formed by blank lines. So in this example, we have intersecting lines. This tells us it is vertical. The two angles are vertical angles because the two angles are opposite angles formed by intersecting. So the lines are intersecting because each other are crossing each other. These are intersecting lines. So our equation would be x plus 82 because we see here, and we know it equals 155 because again, each side is going to equal 155. Right now we're solving for x. So we need to isolate the x by subtracting 82 from both sides. If I did this, I get x equals 73. ACD, so angle A, C, and D, this would be this portion here. That is x plus 82. Well, we said x is 73 plus 82. We get a value of 155. So let's check 73 plus 82, because 73 again is our x here, equals 155. This is correct, so we are correct. That is all for today. If you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher. Other than that, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one.